Alright, so last vlog of the year, so grab a cup of coffee or tea like myself because this vlog is going to be a story time of all of December. And if you have watched my last vlog, which was my birthday vlog, I told you about how roller coaster of a ride December was. And since it is the last vlog of the year, so this is what we are going to discuss today. So where should we begin? The good part or the bad part or maybe okayish types? Well, I think we should keep the best part towards the end of the video. Basically, it's just going to get better towards the end of the vlog, just like this year. This is after very many days that we are going out of Toronto. We are going to Mississauga today over the weekend. I haven't updated you guys, but all this while since January, I was going through a lot of physical health problems, like you must have seen in my vlog from April. And ever since we were looking for a family doctor, we did go to a doctor. He was really great. And he was a reference from one of our friends in Brampton. But since they were not accepting patients, we were looking for a permanent solution, and we went through a lot of websites, looked at a lot of reviews until I spoke about it with one of my extended family here. Finally, we are going to Mississauga, and today is our first meet and greet with our family doctor. Honestly, I'm a little nervous because I will have to go through the entire history of whatever happened here all this time, and I'm still not keeping well. I mean, nothing is under my control. The lactose intolerant thing and just being vegan for last 4 months is all what I have discovered on my own. We exactly don't have a proof that I am lactose intolerant because it was just one random day in August, and I saw right after I had milk I was having those hives and dermographism, and since then pretty much I have been off dairy and it has worked for me. So let's just quickly get done with the appointment and get to exploring the city. Last time when I came to Square One, it was very crowded and I did not like it. But today, even if it is weekend, I don't see a lot of crowd here. And honestly, it looks prettier than I saw it last time. But now that I've come here, it is so nicely decorated. And for some reason, the crowd is also not that much. And we had about 1 hour to kill and we were strolling around Square One, and then
Anku is sad right now. She's not even showing her face. She has a mask on. We went to the doctor and we told her about Anku's health condition, and she got a little sad about it because I know and she knows what she has gone through this year, and it was not at all a good experience. She's not in the mood to vlog right now. We're just heading back to Square One so that we can eat something, shop something for her, and she can just cheer up for some time. That's the idea. And then we're gonna go and have something back in Toronto that Anku really loves. And it's freezing cold right now. My hands are freezing. So it's -2. So let's go. And we'll see you in some time.
I was obviously sad about it, and I was like actually very disappointed, let alone talking about it, just showing the pictures to the doc. Like right now, I'm feeling horrible about thinking about it. This is what it is. But then when you have a new family doctor, you really need to show them the pictures and talk about the entire medical history that you had. So right after meeting the doc, my husband being the supportive friend he is, we went to Square One again. We went to see a couple of Christmas decor. We also ate Uncle Tetsu's cake. I don't know what happened, but the mall got super crowded during the second half, so we decided to go back home. We also went to our favorite place to have South Indian meal that night, so I went through that. So basically the crux of the story is, and something that makes me very sad, is that I have to do the entire course of this medicine. I recently went through blood work and the results are not that pretty, and as much as I hate to admit this, the medical course is the only way out, although it makes me dizzy. That day was something, like I can't explain that in words, but I just did not feel like talking. I was literally counting down the hours to my parents waking up back in India. I wanted to talk to them, and here Raghav was trying to persuade me to take a flight back home because I know how this course is going to make me feel like. I wasn't in my best state of mind. He was telling me if I go and see my family, it will make me feel better. And as much as I want to go back to India and hug all of my family members, I don't want this to be the reason to go back and spend time with family. So picture this, we are in middle of a super emotional moment. We are talking about going to India and my phone is right on the adjacent side, and I saw something flashing on the phone at 9:15 p.m. on a Sunday night. Mind you, that was a Sunday night. And I looked at Raghav and I said, Raghav, this is XYZ email. And he was like, what? It cannot be that. I'm very good with IDs and stuff. And as soon as I saw the first 3 letters of that email, I just knew what email that was. I cannot talk much about that as of now, but I just want to tell you that we were waiting for this mail for over 5 months, I want to say. So you know what happened? As they say, God's plan is better than your plan. Obviously, I had another reason to stay back in Canada and probably will see my family with a smile on my face and when I feel better. I would be lying if I don't tell you that I'm a little nervous because one, this is for the first time I have gotten out with the camera. And secondly, we are going to distillery for the second time because the first time when we came here last week, it was very crowded and we had come with our friends. We were here for quite some time looking a way to get into the market. So we are on our way, just going to the Christmas market with a professional camera. I'm excited. So we are almost there and I really hope there are no lines right now because we have come in the middle of the day. It's almost Christmas Eve now and there will not be any sort of rush. Let's hope for the best because last year we did. It was way before Christmas, so we got a chance to see the beautiful Christmas tree. There are no lines. Welcome to Christmas market. So finally this year also I got to come at the Christmas market. I thought there are going to be less people today because it is almost Christmas Eve, but looks like there are still people around enjoying hot coffees, taking pictures, and also let me show you the Christmas tree. Although it is not looking as lit as it is supposed to be in the evening, but it is again made by Dior this year and it looks beautiful.
Countdown to Christmas is a whole lot of vibe in Christmas markets. People come together in numbers to celebrate. There are photo booths all over and at times, well, you become a photographer for someone. Pretty shops and prettier dogs and the ginormous Christmas tree lights up everyone's mood. You will for sure find someone having poutine or just sitting beside bonfire and enjoying the cold and cozy weather around.
Although we would have loved to stay there and see the Christmas tree lit up, but as you know by the thumbnail itself, we have somebody coming to our home in 2023, which I thought wouldn't be possible. I will not be able to see my family, but something happened and somebody very special is coming to stay with us for some time and we wanted to make him comfortable and everything. There are a couple of things that I have to buy from IKEA. Since it is Christmas Eve, everything here closes around 4 to 5 p.m. on Christmas Eve, and on Christmas everything is shut, so we did not want to take chance. And since this week is going to be a little bit hectic for us, I wanted to make sure that we have everything that we want. Going to IKEA on a Christmas Eve, that looks like a good idea. The urge to buy everything from IKEA is real. Let's see if we can get only the things that we are looking for.
This was the first IKEA that we came to when we moved to Canada, and honestly it's not even half of what you get in one because that is bigger one I guess. But the stuff that we are looking for, I think we should be good here. As I said, units are limited and we got the last unit of the slab. Also telling from my personal experience, we bought an extra warm duvet, so they have a level of duvets here, and with all the heating and everything that goes in the building, it was becoming very uncomfortable for us to use that. And then we moved to light warm duvet and I think we have been pretty much okay with that since then. So my suggestion would be don't go for extra levels of warmth and look for something little cooling so that you can have a comfortable stay in your home.
I just got to know that if you go on upper level, they have home scents here. I was really looking for something Christmassy, and if we get some pretty Christmas mugs, I'm going to buy them. It's exactly not a Christmas mug, but I think I really like the combination of pink and red. I like 3 to 4 I think, but I thought I would just take one from here because I'm sure I'm going to go out and like another mug. So I want to have a collection of mugs which are not similar to each other. I think I'm going to go with this one. Okay, let's come to the good part now. This was in the process for some time now and it happened when I least expected it. And you know what? Seeing someone in another country whom you have seen growing up right in front of your eyes is whole another emotion. He's my mama's son. We are 12 years apart and he has come here as an international student. And this was first time that somebody from our family was coming to stay with us since the time we have moved to Canada. So that was some moment.
Good morning guys. Merry Christmas. It's around 8:30 6:30 and we started from home at around 7:30. Shubhrat has reached airport. He's busy with his documentation. We are going to take go bus from here. We are at Tranford and it's going to take us around 20 to 25 minutes to reach him. I guess he's going to take almost 1 hour because I got to know from one of my friends that they make SIM card there itself at the airport. So we will just try and see if he can have the documentation done there. Also, I'm going to airport after 1.5 years. It is a bittersweet feeling. I haven't slept in 2 days thinking that Shubhrat is leaving home, not thinking that he's coming to me, but everybody else was emotional back home as they were while I was coming here. And since it is Christmas, I was really wishing that it would snow today and we would welcome him with snow, but unfortunately it's green Christmas. We don't have snow till now, so that's that. We are almost towards the end of the year. And have you realized that it's been so many vlogs that I have always spoken about snow, and I'm really counting days for the snow to come. So anywho, let's get on the go bus and reach airport and welcome him.
7 North, Airport to Westwood via Renford Station.
So as you know, it's Christmas today. It's very difficult to get buses and cabs because it's a holiday. It's not that they don't run, but the waiting time is more and we have to wait a long time. And it's raining right now, although it was not predicted.
It's freezing rain actually.
Yeah. You know what Shubhrat said, that when he lands in Canada, what he wants to have? I think we all know what we want to have once we land. Yes, if you guessed it right, it's Tim Hortons coffee. The bus service here is very commendable. It was very easy to come and we've reached at the arrivals at Terminal 1.
Alright, as I said, it's gonna be emotional, it's gonna be bittersweet for me. I really miss going back to India because I can see, and honestly my heart is beating so fast right now. I can't wait for him to come. It's a bittersweet feeling to come to airport wherein a lot of people arrive for the first time and a lot of people depart to meet their loved ones. Since Shubhrat is gonna take some time to come out, we are trying to figure out the student discounts for the SIM card here. When we came here, we took the SIM card from airport itself and I think it's gonna be convenient. So meanwhile, we are just checking the Boxing Day deals for the students here.
While we are waiting for Shubhu, we thought we'll just get a nice coffee for ourselves.
I'm not too sure how comfortable will Shubhrat be on camera. So I'm gonna check with him if he's okay coming in the vlogs. Otherwise, he can say hi to all of you all once he gets comfortable. I just want to respect his space and make sure that he's comfortable because it is his first day of his journey as an international student in Canada. It is way different from the journey that we have as in PR. So I'm going to see up close the journey of students in Canada, and I'm sure it's going to be a lot of learning for all of us, and I'm sure it's going to be exciting. And it was time. It was time to meet family. We all know how we feel. So there's nothing much I actually want to say today. Now that Shubhrat is here, and as we discussed, we are going to have a quick breakfast at Timmy's. We have a Timmy's inside the airport, so that's good. I want to really have something before we go home. After taking a quick bite, I have taken a halt at Fido. I have been using Fido for quite some time and we have had a good experience with them. We are taking Shubhrat's connection from the same place, and after that we are going to head home.
Everything is done. Now I'm booking a cab to our house and then we are going to leave. Looking at the luggage, so I'm going to book an XL so that we can fit the luggage properly and then go home. Cab's gonna come downstairs at door number Q and we are on the ground floor, so we're just going to head there.
The most convenient thing is that the lift lobbies here are spacious enough that we can take our trolleys along. I had almost forgotten how it feels like to be in the airport. And that's a beautiful ending to the vlogs in 2023. While I spend quality time with family here in Canada and on video calls with family back home, I wish you all a very happy new year. I hope 2024 brings all of us good health and lots of moments of happiness. Happy New Year guys, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye.